Hello, this is Antoine Rogers with another episode of Out and Out, where we encourage young athletes to achieve their very best outside of the game. And like always, we have an awesome guest, and y'all know how I do. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
How y'all doing? My name is Mike Mims. I'm a baseball player here at Grambling State University, and I'm just here today just to give some motivation and some advice to some young athletes out there.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. You ready to get into the questions?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. First, I want to say, Mike, thank you in your busy schedule. I know we are getting into baseball season, so I thank you and I appreciate you joining us today.
No problem. No problem.
First questions. Where are you originally from?
Originally born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. So that's where I'm from. And, been living there basically all my life. Besides, Hurricane Katrina, been to Georgia, lived in Texas, so it's just originally born and raised from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Due to Hurricane Katrina, you had to do some moving early in life. What are some ways that or some things that you learned from that process early on in life?
Okay, well, it's just that, just seeing the damage that the city of New Orleans took from Hurricane Katrina, it was life-changing. Even though I was young and I really didn't remember a lot, I still remember seeing, people, losing their lives and people losing their homes and their loved ones and their cars and different things like that. So that just taught me, don't take nothing for granted in life, because you never know when everything could be completely wiped away from you. So, yeah.
That's good. A lot of shows, when people are from smaller towns, I have to ask them, hey, give me where this city is related to, say a big city like New Orleans. A guest I had last season, he was from Karen Crow.
Karen Crow, yeah. Karen
right.
Crow.
So then I had to ask them in relation to New Orleans, where's that at? And someone's from Georgia, they're not from Atlanta, I might say, hey, where are you in relation? But I think everybody know where to know you at, right?
You should know.
So that's cool. So I'm going to ask, when did you start playing baseball?
I started playing the sport of baseball at the age of 4, since T-ball.
Okay, all right. What inspired you to start playing baseball?
Oh, well, actually, funny story. Actually, I started off as playing football as a quarterback, and everyone seems like, okay, this left-handed quarterback, he has tremendous arm talent as a young kid. So it's like, why not give it a try to, be a baseball player, be a pitcher? So, I gave it a shot, and Lord, God blessed me with these natural born abilities, and now I'm here as a D1 baseball player.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So you said you played football. How long did you actually play football?
I played, pee-wee football since up until around maybe 9, 10, 11 years old. Then I actually quit playing football, and it was just focused on all baseball throughout middle school. And then I picked back up playing football my freshman year of high school.
Okay. Are there any other sports that you played in your youth?
Nah, I tried out basketball, but basketball wasn't my thing.
All right. So in baseball, what position do you actually play?
I'm a pitcher, outfielder, and first baseman.
In high school, playing baseball, are there big differences between playing on the high school level and college?
Ooh, big difference. Because as everyone knows, in high school, it's just whoever wants to play baseball, they can just try out and be on, their high school baseball team. But once you get, on the next level of playing college ball, it's like everyone was that guy in high school, or it's either, he was, the big time star on his high school team. So it's now when you have all those guys piled up on a college team, and you have to go against them, it makes the competition even harder and just more competitive on the next level.
You play some travel ball. You really put a lot of time into your sport that you're playing. So what is it like playing traveling ball?
Well, first I just want to shout out Coach Eddie Davis, man. He basically was the one that really, like showed me the ropes of travel ball, and also my coach, Coach Eric. I started off playing with this team called with the Athletics since like during my middle school days. Then I transformed that into playing with Coach Eddie Davis at Urban Youth Academy in New Orleans, Louisiana. And that really gave me an outlet, to be invited to play with USA Breakthrough Series and play with guys that's like the top players in the country. So it's like, travel ball was a real big thing for me. So I just want to say thanks to all my travel ball coaches and everyone who just supported me through that time. And it was a real big thing for me. So
That's good. That's good. So the young athlete, say elementary, middle school age, and they're looking at really playing baseball on the highest level. Tell them some of the things that you did throughout the years from middle school to high school to really prepare you to be able to play on the level that you're playing on right now.
I would say number one, man, give glory to God every day, man, because without Him, nothing is possible.
That's
And
good.
secondly, all I say is, just this game of baseball is a game of failure. And like a lot of people say, like in baseball, you could get you could go up and hit, like you could have 10 at bats and get 3 hits and still be a Hall of Famer, because that's how much of a game of failure that baseball is. So, and I just say to the young athletes, man, just when you fail, don't keep your head up. Don't be down on yourself, because even the best, as you see on TV, the guys that play in the World Series or the big games, you see they fail too on the biggest of stage. So I just say just keep building up and just give glory to God and just keep pushing and never give up.
All right, that's good. Definitely good. Good advice right there. What are some things through preparation you did to kind of really tune up your game from the throwing in, from the defense and from the batting in? What are some things that you did on a regular basis in your youth to kind of really help you to excel to where you're at?
Okay, I'll say like day-to-day training for me, like in my youth and what like up to this point, it will be a lot of like every day I'll try to take at least 100 to 150 cuts. Even if it's off the tee or if it's front toss or whatever, just some type of way you going to make sure you get 100 to 150 cuts a day. And also, I do a lot of throwing. And since I'm a pitcher, I do a lot of long toss. So it's like it's just a mixture of what I really have set for that day and what's my plan for that day. But really and truly, I just, throw, catch, make sure you field close to 200 ground balls. Make sure you catch 150 fly balls, just for the mental rep, just getting, the feel of things. And because there's no such thing as you can take, you can like practice too much. There's no such thing.
That's good.
So I just say every day, just even if like if it's raining or something outside and you can't get outside, I say for the mental rep, just grab your tennis ball and just throw it against the wall and just practice on taking ground balls, or just it's just every day, because this game of baseball, it moves fast. So, and I just say, just try to find and do something every day, even if it's little. Just try to make sure you stay busy every single day, because the days you say, oh no, I'm not gonna do nothing today, that'd be the days that you could have gotten better.
Right.
So I'll just say, just keep doing things and just keep doing any small things that can help you become a better player and even a better person. So
That's good. That's good. So I'll ask you, I didn't ask this early, but at what stage did you begin to have that aspiration or that feeling of I would love to play on the highest level? Some kids just want to play for fun throughout school time, throughout high school and maybe be done there. But at what point did you say, hey, you know what, I think I can play on the highest level and I'm going to do everything possible to try to get there? At what stage in life did you kind of have that desire?
I say like right when I started playing travel ball, when like at the age of maybe 8, 9, or 10. And I really saw like, okay, this is something I want to do the rest of my life. This is something that I want to provide for my family with. This is something I really want to do, and since then, it's just been full steam ahead. Never looked back since.
That's good. That's good. And so, how important is it? And educate me a little bit. Is it possible? I mean, do you have a lot of baseball players that only primarily play for middle school and then high school team? Or is it vital when you're trying to play on a high school level? Would it be important for a young athlete to really look at getting into travel ball?
The reason why I say looking to get into travel ball, and a lot of my baseball people know this, I would say do a lot of perfect game tournaments, because that will give you like exposure first. Then secondly, it will like make you see where you are level wise compared to the best talent in the country day in and day out at those tournaments. So I say travel ball really opened my eyes to see like, okay, they have talent in this state too. They have someone in Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, who are just who have the same aspirations and dreams as you. So now when you go play travel ball and play those different states and those different guys, it shows you, what type of, the real game of
Yeah.
baseball, and it shows you the competitive side and show you how many other baseball players that have the same dream as you that are out there. So
Good. That's good. So I then go on and I ask, Mr. Mills, what have been some of your highlights and some of your greatest accomplishments in playing baseball? You can go back to high school, travel ball, or even current. Like, what have been some of your highlights and some things that you really, really hold on to, some of your accomplishments over the years?
I'll say my I'll say my number one would be my first time playing park ball, and we won the championship. That was one of my first championship trophies. So ever since that feeling of being a champion and being the best, ever since then, I was like, yeah, this is something I want to do day in and day out. And also, when I got to middle school, I started on varsity as an eighth grader. So it's like I jumped in the water quick. But I say in high school, my accolades, three-time all metro, three-time all state, all district three times. And of course, my number one highlight will be signing that scholarship to play Division I baseball and seeing how much joy that brought my family, to show them like, okay, I don't have to pay for college, and that, I get a free education while playing the game I love so dearly. So I say that was my number one highlight in playing baseball.
And that's good. So let's get into that. The process of looking for a college or choosing a college. Like, what was that process like for you? Did you have a lot of schools to choose from? Did you have your eyes set on Grambling already? Just tell us a little bit about that process for you.
Um, I had like a lot of SWAC schools. I had a lot of other schools too, but it's just like Grambling just felt like it was home. Like when I came on my visit, uh, my former head coach James Cooper, he is now with the Yankees organization now. And when I came here as a freshman, on my visit, being a high school senior, it just, I felt like this was my home away from home. And I just felt like he, was gonna be the best, one of the best coaches to help me reach the level of potential that I want to get to. So that's why I committed to Grambling. And ever since then, it just feel like, those guys that I have on my team, they're like my brothers. They're like my mother's other kids. So it's like it's just a family here, and we are so heavy on family. And it's just that, it's like nobody outside this baseball team can come in here and break us up. So that's why I feel like Grambling is just a great choice to really see what type of person you are. And also going to HBCU, I think being around people like you will make you feel like you could do more and expand. You know what I mean? So it's just, it just felt like home, and I just felt like that was a great choice for me.
That's good.
So,
That's good. So, what's some advice that you could give to the young student athlete? And I'm talking early in high school, or at that point they start looking at school. What are some things for them they need to really make sure they're looking at when choosing that right school for them?
if I had to give advice on choosing what school is perfect for you, I said just go where you are appreciated, go where you are welcome, and go where you feel comfortable. Because a lot of kids nowadays, they just choose a school because of its name and the history of the school. But I say go somewhere where you could become more than just a baseball player. Go to where you could just expand and just be a better person. And I just say just not just look at the history or like the positives of a school or kind of facilities they have, but I just say go somewhere where you as a person really feel like you're appreciated and you're wanted and you're
That's
welcome.
good. That's good. It's awesome to know. I had a quick moment to talk to Mr. Mims right before we started recording, but we started getting into just, of course, you all know the heart behind Out and Up. And it's really to encourage our young athletes to really zone in on life outside of the sport. Like, I want to see, athletes make it to the highest level, but I want you to, one, know how to carry yourself when you get to the highest level, as
Right.
well as be prepared for life outside of the sport. So we got to talk a little bit. So I already know Mr. Mims is an awesome example for our show, and for those young athletes that'll be watching. Mr. Mims, how important is it to focus on your grades just as much as preparation for that sport you're playing?
That is the top priority. And the reason why I say that is because first off, without your education, you can't be on that field or you can't be on that court. So it's like for me, I think I take a lot of pride in my education. And like I said earlier, I'm a National Honor Society. I'm in it in high school and in college. So it's just I'm a real big education guy. And I have a 3.5 GPA, and I just say to my young athletes out there, well, without those books, you can't play ball. And without those books, you don't have nothing to fall back on after sports. So I say while you're in school, get your grades right, because no one wants to come to college and sit out because their grades are not right. And I'm pretty sure that's the worst feeling anyone could have. That's why they have the thing called student athlete. You're a student first and an athlete second.
That's good. So I'll ask you, because some young athletes may have a problem just with picking stuff up. Some young athletes have a hard time juggling, the sport as well as, making sure they stay focused in class. And I'm talking about even, in the middle school, sometimes high school level. What is it that motivates you when it comes to, being able to accomplish being, National Honor Society in high school and college? Like, what is it that motivates you to really stay focused in that area?
I really think it's just my family, and it's just because I just like seeing them happy, and it's just that gives me the motivation to go out and be like, okay, well, let's do this, let's do that, let's make sure we get this done, so that could happen. Because it's just, and also a big motivation to me is my late grandmother. She passed away a couple of years ago, and ever since that time, it's just like that gave me the extra push and the extra motivation, because every time, like, I know she wants the best for me, and I know my family wants the best for me. So now it's like every time, even if it's doing an assignment or going to practice or doing this, doing that, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna do it at 110% every single time, because I know my family is proud of me, and I know that they want to see me succeed. So I'll say that's my biggest motivation.
That's good. That's good. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit to the baseball end because I think in this time that we're in now, especially with the whole NIL thing, name, image, likeness, we're watching young people now who in high school and everything, just getting all these endorsements and all the attention they get. You were getting a lot of, you were able to play at a high level, playing travel ball in high school and being able to go to a D1 school. Throughout that process in high school, as you're accomplishing these things, what is it that keeps you grounded, that keeps you focused? Some kids can't handle the attention and it allows them to lose focus and they get a little proud. What was it throughout the whole process that kept you grounded?
I say, man, what kept me grounded is just keeping my head down and just God, just me talking to God every day and just really just sitting there and just expressing, like expressing your feelings and just talking to God. And I really think that helped me stay grounded because without him, I don't know where I would be. And of course, I don't know where I would be without my parents and my family. So it's just like they kept me on a great path in life. And I know they want nothing but the best for me. So now since they gave me, since I gave myself this opportunity, I'm just gonna run with it and be successful with it. So I mean, that's what really kept me grounded through those
That's
times.
good. That's good. So you touched on your grades in school. Let's ask you what are you actually majoring in?
Okay, my major is criminal justice, and with that, I plan on becoming, being a part of the U.S. Marshal or becoming an FBI agent. And also, I'm graduating early, so I'm trying to, get a master's in cybersecurity. Just to because I just feel like I have a great protective instinct. So I think like some type of law enforcement will be great for me. And then like my dad grew up in law enforcement and like my brother is in law enforcement. So I just think it's just something that really caught my eye from seeing it, from a young age. So it's like that's just something I really want to do.
That's good. That's good. How important? I think this is a question I don't ask a lot, but for me, I look at how often we're blessed to make it on these different levels, whether it's high school playing a high level, college, or even go on to the pros. How important would you say to the young athlete? You have a young athlete sitting in front of you. How important would you say to them it is to make sure whatever the highest level is that they get to, that they remember to reach back and help somebody else?
I'll say that's very important because like when I was young, I had a lot of great mentors, like and a lot of coaches that came back and talked to us about how it is playing at the professional level, the college level, the high school level, middle school level. So it's very important that you give back, all the knowledge and all the things that back to the youth because you don't know who lives you may touch. You don't know if someone needs that. You don't know what someone is going through. So that's why I think I just have that kind of heart to like speak and help anyone. I like it doesn't matter who you are, what color skin you are, it doesn't matter. I just have the natural heart to where it's like you don't know what people are going through in these like in this time of day. So it's like that little motivation or that little speech or that little time that you're giving knowledge to a young athlete that could change their life forever and that could help them become one of the best athletes we see today. So that's why I think it's important to just give back and give knowledge back to the youth and tell them just give them knowledge on how it is to do certain things and how to matriculate through certain things and certain situations. So that's why I say it's just that much important to me. So
That's good. That's good. So we know as a student athlete, there's so much time taken to staying focused on your classes and making sure you're bettering yourself on the field. But what are some things Mr. Michael Mims does in his spare time?
well for me it's a lot of homework. I mean it's a lot of essays, it's a lot of it's a lot. But mainly it's just, a lot of homework and on my downtime, I chill with my teammates. And we'll probably, play the game, but most likely we'll just sit there and pick each other brain on how we could make each other better as a team, and even as a person. And I use a lot of my time to really just like do a lot of self-reflect also. And just to, feel, and just to make sure I have a great mental state. Because as an athlete, a lot of people don't know that you need to be mentally strong before it even gets to the physical part. So, and that's what I really do in my spare time, and hang out with friends, and you know, just hang with my teammates, play the video game, do some homework. That's work out. So that's basically what I do in my spare time.
All right. So growing up, playing baseball, were you a big like student of the game? Were there a lot of players, a lot of teams that you really followed growing up?
Me, I'm a big Dodger. I'm a big Dodgers man.
Okay.
Because first my idol is Clayton Kershaw,
Okay.
left-handed pitcher. So it's like I've been looking up to him since I was 10, 11, 12 years old. So it's like, I'm a big Dodger guy. Of course, my favorite college baseball team, of course, was Vanderbilt. So, and growing up watching them win national championships. So that's really teams I look up to and people I look up to. So
That's cool. That's cool. Are there any other sports that you're a big fan of?
I'm a all right, even though I didn't play basketball, I'm a big basketball guy. Uh
Okay.
my team is Golden State. I love Golden State. And the reason why I love Golden State is because I like the way that Steph and Clay, they developed this thing called the brotherhood. And that's what I really like about Golden State. It's like those guys on that team, they are locked in, and they are focused on the guys in that circle right there. Like and I think that's why they are so successful. Like they're in a system to where it's like it's just great. It's just greatness, and it's just unity in that organization. So that's why I think I'm a big Golden State fan. So yeah.
That's good. For the young athlete watching, I don't know if I've ever asked this question, but I'm gonna ask you, being that you're representing an awesome HBCU in Grambling State, give the young student athlete in high school that may be thinking about college, like tell them some of the benefits of being able to go to an awesome HBCU.
Hey man, going to HBCU, I say is one of the best choices I've made in my life. The reason why I say that because I am around people that are just like me. And I feel like when you're around, like when you're in a setting with people, just like you, who are just, the same type of features, the same knowledge, the same mentality as you. It's just like you feel like you can grow more of a person instead of just growing as an athlete. So that's why I say, like going to HBCU is very, very high right now. And of course, as you're saying with today's, the top athletes going to HBCUs, of course, with Travis Hunter, going to Jackson State, and
All right.
and I think right now it's just a big time for HBCUs, and I think it now is, and also to really talk more about that, I don't think people really know the legacy and the history behind HBCUs, because if you really look at it, like at Grambling, Doug Williams, first black quarterback to start in the Super Bowl and win
That's
Super
right.
Bowl MVP. So it's like I don't know no other Power Five university or college who wouldn't had the type of Hall of Famers that we have. So it's
Right.
like we have more Hall of Famers than I believe the Floridas and the Georgias. You know what I mean? So it's just
That's
HBCUs are history, it's legacy, and it's something that's really bred deep in African American history. So that's why I said picking an HBCU, especially like Grambling, a place where it's just a lot of history and a lot of great things and a lot of great people. Like we have E40, Erica Badu. It's just a lot of great culture and power that comes from HBCUs that a lot of people outside of HBCUs don't really see because now because HBCUs don't get the big national televised games, so people don't see, oh, okay, HBCUs not that far away from these Power Fives. So that's
That's
why I say HBCUs is really on the come up right now, and I really think choosing the HBCU is one of the best choices I've made in my life.
that's good. I want to ask you as we getting close to the end, how important is it to keep positive people in your circle?
Oh man, like my mom always used to tell me, she said I could tell what kind of person you are by the friends that you keep. So, and I think it's just like when you keep the circle of positive people, because constantly it's just positive energy and just positive thoughts just coming together. So it's like when you just feeding off of that positive energy, it's just like, it just feel like you could do more and it feel like you're just, you're in a great setting, you feel good and you're just overall a great person. So, and I think a lot of people should keep a lot of positive people around them because at times, as you see, a lot of people have those hard times in their life that they're going to need positive people around them in those tough times. And in my tough times, that's what got me through that, having a lot of positive people and a lot of positive influence. So I think that's why it's very important to keep positive people around you.
So I ask you as we again getting close to wrapping it up, who is it that inspires you in life?
Uh, I say really is my mom. Uh, and the reason why I say my mom is because she's been there every step of the way, and she's been the person who then helped me get over that mountain I thought I couldn't climb myself, and she helped me get through so much. I mean, from seeing just going through the transition from high school to college, and just her, being there when I really needed her the most. And our bond and our connection is just something I'll never forget and take for granted. It's just
That's
something
good.
that I will love and cherish forever.
That's good. That's good. So we'll come to the end of another show. And that's typically where I kind of stop off at. But I want to ask Mr. Mims before I really close the door on this show. Young athletes sitting before you, you got a group of young kids in front of you, and they may think that this process of going to high school and possibly college is not obtainable. They can't reach that. Give them some words of encouragement to help them to know that it is possible and they can make it to the highest level that they choose to make it to.
Hey, I'll just say to all the young athletes out there, bro, and any time and any moment, enjoy every single second of it. Because like me throughout playing, throughout high school, I didn't get my first offer until late my junior year. So it's like I started to, a little bit get in my head about, okay, can I really play Division I baseball? Can I really go play college baseball? But I say every moment that you get playing a sport that you play, enjoy every single moment and every single second. Because in today's time, nothing is promised. And you never know when your time could be up. So, and you don't know what could happen. So that's why I say just enjoy every moment, every second of that moment. I'll just say this right here. Look, man, don't give up on your dream and don't ever stop pushing. And this quote right, well, not a quote, but this saying right here has got me through a lot. Pray until something happens. Like just always just steady praying, talking to God, and just stay grounded because there are going to be times where you even doubt yourself. There's going to be times where you're saying, "Oh, I know I can't do that. Oh, I know I can't do this." But just stay on it, just stay locked in, and just stay with a strong mentality and saying, "Okay, no one out there is better than me. Nobody out there is better than me." And every day you walk on that field, or you step on that court, you got to have the mindset of saying, I'm the best guy out here. And I think that's just, something that I've been following, and been taught throughout my whole life and through, my athletic career. So I say just stay grounded, man. Stay, keep keep a great connection and a relationship with God first, man.
That's good.
Because I really think like my late grandmother, she preached to me a lot, man. Just the importance of just sitting there, just talking to God, just every day. It don't have to be 30 minutes. You could just sit, as soon as you get out of bed in the morning, quick, 2 to 5 minutes, just saying, thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. Thank you for giving me another shot at, becoming a better person, a better athlete. So I just feel like, that right there is one of the main, ways to just stay grounded and just keep that mindset of nobody could. I'm the best.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Mr. Mims, for your advice today. And I hope those young people that's watching or end up looking back at this show will receive that. I think even him just touching on it from the faith-based standpoint, that's for me, that's always going to be my foundation in life. Those are the things that hold you when the storms of life beat up against you. Having that firm foundation in your faith and your relationship with God will take you, I can't tell you, to the sky will be the limit because you have that foundation. So thank you, Mr. Mims, for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man.
And so you all know, as I always say at the end of the show, it is good to be awesome at the sport you're playing, but it's even better to be great in life. So if you truly want to achieve your very best outside of the game, let's go out and up. Thanks again, and we'll see you next episode.